Fishermen pulled the body out of the lake.
Do they know who it is?
Freeform's Cruel Summer is back with a new season and a new mystery.
People are gonna start asking questions.
We have to get our story straight.
From executive producer Jessica Biel.
The girls are hiding something.
Nothing stays secret in this town for long.
There are two sides.
How far do I need to go to prove my loyalty to you? This whole thing was your idea!
To every secret.
I need to know what happened.
And what if you don't like what you hear?
Freeform's Cruel Summer. New episodes Tuesdays. Stream on Hulu.
Previously on Who Killed Amy Mahalovic.
And this has never been a cold case.
This has never been a cold case. It's always been an open, worked case, and for a lot of different people over the years.
So it's been 29 years since the abduction. How do you see this case being solved?
I see it being solved through information provided by the public. I really do. We have a vast amount of information, some of which we can piece together, some of it we can't. So I'm really of the belief there's someone out there who has direct or very closely direct information about who did this. Either they heard something, it's a relative, somebody confided in them, deathbed confession, someone out there other than the killer knows what happened. That's the person we want to come forward, because then they'll be able to provide some clarity to all this information we have. We can put it together and make a case. I think that's how this is going to happen.
Now, is it your belief that she was killed the day, shortly after she was abducted?
Well, again, we don't know. I mean, what we have here, we know where she was abducted from.
Right.
We have the body disposal site.
So we got two scenes.
We're looking. Yeah, there's at least a third spot, and that's one of the things that's important about that curtain and that blanket. That item is possibly from, that in-between spot where this happened, and that's why we put that out there. If we could ever identify that in-between spot, that'd be a home run for us.
I am Bill Huffman, and welcome to episode 12 of Who Killed Amy Mahalovic, The Meeting. It was around 1:30 p.m. last Thursday when I received an ominous text from James Renner that read, "What are you doing today at 4? Bring your recorder because this may be huge." He said he'd text back with where we needed to go, and soon I heard back that James and I were to meet at the Taco Bell off of Route 60 in Vermilion. As I'm driving to meet James, my mind is running, but I have a good feeling on who this could be about. But he gave me no indication on what it was that I was walking into.
It is Thursday, November 1st, 2018. I'm on my way to meet James Renner for an interview with a possible lead in the Amy Mahalovic case. The weather today is about as dreary as you can imagine, 46, and pretty much sideways rain. So it's a pretty ugly day here in Cleveland, but according to James, this is a potentially huge lead. So we are going to meet at the Taco Bell in Vermilion. So my suspicion is that this has something to do with Mr. Dean Runkle. So we will see what this lead produces. And again, James said it could be huge. So let's see what it's all about. And I'll check back when we're getting close. So I've arrived at the Taco Bell in Vermilion, and now I am waiting for James to arrive. He said 10 minutes. So I'm going to sit here in the pouring rain and try to figure out why this damn SD card won't fucking read. But
after waiting for James for about 10 minutes, he pulls in, honks, rolls down his window, and tells me mysteriously that this may be the break that we have been looking for, but we have to go to another spot to meet with this lead. This location will remain nameless. The rain at this point is coming down in buckets, and I follow James to this new meeting spot. James doesn't know what this lead looks like, so we are just walking aimlessly towards the building when someone says, "James." The lead was actually two people who would like to remain anonymous, so their names will not be used. We walk into a nearly empty venue and found a table in the corner that would provide a bit of privacy. And at this point, I'm extremely excited about what these people are about to tell us or show us. At this point, I let James sort of take over the interview because it was his lead and these people reached out to him. So a lot of the audio that you will hear is from James, and this first little bit of information is how it was that James first learned of this storage unit that we are about to discuss.
One of the things I've been waiting on over the years is about 10 years ago, I found out that Dean Runkle had a storage unit in Vermilion. And
you may have mentioned that once before in passing, but it was not something that you expanded upon.
I went out there and spoke to the manager at the time, and I made him input into the computer that they had my name and number and contact information, because I knew that eventually Runkle was going to stop payment on that storage unit.
Okay.
And somebody was going to get it. And I said, I want everything that's in that storage unit.
Storage Wars.
Right. So, and I figured he would call me because I saw him put it into the system. Well, apparently that guy got fired.
Oh.
And that ends my part of the story with the storage unit, and apparently it begins from there. So, how did you guys come into? How did you guys find the storage unit and come to be a part of what happened there?
Well, we always go there anyways for auctions, and this particular unit, she opened it up and it was just full of fish tanks, and it was ransacked, like just boxes dumped. And while the auction was going on, she was saying that the guy owed, I forget, like a couple $1,000s on it or something like that. And she said that he lived in Key West.
There's some in there.
So I'm thinking Key West, Florida, he's probably rich.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking that's a rich area. You know, I'm seeing some stuff in there. It was probably like a 10 by 20. It was packed full of boxes. And I think we paid like $800 for it or something like that, just based off just that. And
this is something you do a lot, and you pay kind of sight unseen. And
but she did say when she opened the door, because I was friends with her, she was the manager at the time, because David was fired and the new owner had taken over.
This is the guy that I had made the deal with.
David,
yeah.
Right. She did tell me that it was a person of interest in a murder victim, person of interest in a murder.
Okay.
Like, he was a suspect.
Yeah.
But I had no idea who she was talking about.
And I'll tell you, they knew about that because the reason the storage unit was ransacked was because the FBI had gone through it. I don't know to what extent.
In the middle of the night.
Yeah, she told us that.
She told us they came there, called them, and had them come open it up in the middle of the night, and they ransacked the unit.
What year was that? Do you know?
Yeah, that was, I think in 2013.
2014, 2013.
Well, Sal was still here in 13. He left me the end of 13, so it was 2013.
2013. So when did you get wind of the unit?
Around that same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that was weird, though, because I think Dave was out of there before that.
So you had already reported on this 5 years
Actually, I
before?
think I heard about the storage unit. I think the FBI was there before that, because I heard about the storage unit in like 2009.
Okay.
I don't know when the FBI went.
Well,
no, because Becca was
See,
there.
we didn't know exactly what happened. When we got in there was boxes just dumped. And we asked the girl who worked there, why is it just dumped? Like, why would it be like that? And she said that a whole crew came through, set up cameras all around the unit, and a whole crew went through it.
Of FBI?
Right.
Yeah, is what she said. So we thought...
Make a fresh popcorn.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Thanks.
We thought that...
Let's go to football game tomorrow night. Doesn't sound too good for me.
No, the weather's terrible for that.
Tomorrow and tonight, rain today, tonight, tomorrow, and tomorrow night.
It's awful.
Yes.
October, November weather now.
Yep, November 1st. New month already.
Gotta love Ohio.
Yep, it's Ohio for you.
Oh,
Turns on a dime.
Yep.
sure does.
Well, tell them what you found.
Oh, yeah. You don't even know what he found.
Well, I don't know what you found. I would love to know because it's intriguing. That you, well, first that you do the whole storage thing, but definitely intrigued on what you found.
Well, it was a photo album pretty much, and with a box of books and yeah. Photo album. I mean,
regular old photo album.
Did it seem like it was a box that had been gone through by the FBI, or do you?
Oh,
think
they were all numbered. All the boxes were all numbered.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember that exact box, but yeah, they went through it like that.
So they had seen it.
I don't know.
I think they had to have missed it. They had to have missed it. They had to have.
I mean, there is the possibility that somebody could have put it in there, but it's got personal pictures. Like when you see it, there's like, you'll know what I'm saying. Like, there's no way you could have made that up. Like, you just kind of got to see it, I guess.
Can we see it?
Oh yeah. I got it on my camera. See, I figured this could probably help you if you've seen it. It could probably save you time, what you're doing, resources. I don't know.
Thank you. No, I appreciate you guys reaching out.
I need like I always say, like any new information, and James always says, any new information is more information, the better.
So I got 2 videos. You could probably look at the first video, and then when you start getting to the back is where you want to see it. And it kind of goes kind of quick through there, but don't worry because I did another video where I went kind of slow.
Oh, great.
So, yeah, you don't got to like...
So this is a video? I didn't know you had a video.
I think you videoed the photo album.
Of the storage unit?
No.
Or just the
photo album.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Thank God. Like, finally, like, somebody, like, no matter what, like, this is finally a break where somebody did the right thing. Like, before turning it over, actually took the time to, like...
your own
video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Save it.
Right.
That was smart.
Agreed.
So, yeah, that's what, like, I don't know. I just want somebody to know that it exists. Like, the only person who's really seen it is her friend and me and her, so, like...
Yeah.
Oh, and Larry.
And supposedly, if it got turned in properly, I don't know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of, the more I listen to it, it does kind of sound... I don't know, something sounds kind of weird.
Do they work
conspiracy
with you?
kind of. Like, something seems odd.
The police, the most they'll do is confirm. If I take something to them, they'll confirm it, but they will not give me information.
Oh, okay. Well, that would explain it then. Because I was like, why does he not know about this?
Right. No, I had no idea. I knew about the storage unit, but I did not know about this photo album. And I'd be interested to know if if the FBI that were there knew about the photo album, if they actually looked through it.
I think
Torres
maybe they
in
just
town
want
this week, isn't it?
If they looked through it, okay, as you'll see, okay, and if they see what you're going to see, they would have taken that. So
right?
Why would they pass that up?
Right.
They're not going to pass that up.
It's very. So it's a big storage unit. There's lots of stuff in there.
And it was with books.
And they did it in the middle of the night.
Right, in the middle of the night.
I think it's possible they missed this.
I think they did.
But
how big's the album itself?
An old album.
So it's just like your typical.
The kind that
it's
open.
A school album, like for a 3-ring binder.
And where you got this stuff that sticks over the pictures. Well, I told him where he put the captions on the pictures. You have to have his fingerprints on there putting the captions on the pictures.
Right. There's got to be DNA
and
in
at first
there.
I thought, like, well, that's not really going to tell us anything, but it would confirm the
that
fact
he put those
that he's
on
the
those
one
pictures.
That put the captions on.
Yeah, and I haven't touched any of it. Like,
yeah, we didn't touch underneath.
Well, even if you had, it's still like you're able to like.
Yeah, how you gonna take a sticker and not touch it, or get a piece of fuzz or something on that sticker.
They do, a lot of cases, whenever they use like tape or adhesive like that, that's something they always look for is, any fiber getting mitochondrial or whatever.
But yes,
unless he put on gloves when he did it, and I don't know.
But why would he do that if his
Would he be
picture's
that
on
smart,
there?
right?
Yeah.
The only thing I would take out of it, like, if it was a joke, maybe he's like joking about it, like ha 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 or something. But
I don't know.
Why
Let's just show him. And
why would you
let them-
joke about that? Like, that's pretty serious to joke about that. So it's like, it's like either a confession or a joke or something.
No,
like,
it's not a joke. He's a sick person regardless.
In the captions that he was putting on the pictures, they don't even make sense. But if you knew the background of the story and you could put two and two together, then it's kind of like him vaguely saying, like he's vaguely saying something, but he's not saying something.
Like the big guy, the big kid that I told you in the picture, and it says, "I didn't do it."
Yeah.
Well, I knew there was a suspect.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
That was a larger person.
Okay.
From reading through the years. So I knew when I saw that larger person with caption saying, "I didn't do it."
Yeah.
I knew that's what that related to. And like the snake, there's a snake in there. Well, when we looked the snake up, I don't remember if there's a caption.
No, she's.
I read into every picture and analyzed everything.
I didn't
really
know
did.
if there's like a code or something in there, and you're just looking at it crazy.
But no, the snake means I will be back.
No.
This
She's
type of
she's
snake.
talking there's a picture of the coral snake, and the saying is if yellow touches red, you'll be dead, but if yellow touches black, you'll be back, or something. And that's what I'm saying. Like maybe he's saying.
That's what I got.
I'll be back.
from
That's what I'm saying. Like that's looking into it.
Well, I don't care.
Really
That's
looking
how I am.
into
I mean,
it,
I
but-
busted my own
but-
robbers. I've been robbed before, and I busted my own thieves.
There have been unconfirmed reports that Dean Runkle has returned to Northeast Ohio and is once again residing in Amherst.
I think from what I understand, he had free housing through, there's a homeless shelter organization down in Key West, Florida.
Right, that he was a part of, like...
And he became, a part of the volunteer service there. So this new woman became the head of that organization down there, and she realized that he had been living in their free housing unit for
Over the extended
6
period.
years when you're only supposed to be there for like 18 months.
Gotcha.
So I think he got booted.
Got the boot.
But I still haven't confirmed 100% that he is back. But you say that's
I mean,
pretty much
my
confirmed.
realtor Googled it. And,
Yeah. No, I believe it. I've heard
and-
from a couple. So can we check out the video?
Oh yeah.
Smart
your
thinking.
bag.
I want him busted so bad. I just want him busted.
Oh, it's on a.
I thought he had it on the laptop. I didn't know he had it
so
on
it's
the camera.
got a pretty decent video.
I'm gonna scoot over here next to Bill.
I haven't
Yeah.
even seen it, so I'm going to take a peek too.
This will be the beginning. It'll show you. I don't know. I guess I'll just show you.
Okay. So this is you. It's a green binder.
What does it say?
Runkle Zoo. It's a newspaper article.
Here, you can hold it and,
Okay.
and look at it real close, so you can zoom in on it.
And he's added, like you say, these little captions.
Is that a poem or like a foreword to it?
I got it later on. In
Okay. You got a still of it?
Yes.
What does that caption say?
Could be a code in there or something.
What does the caption say on the second page?
Well, I think we're gonna see two
okay.
shots, and like the other one will go a little slower. Okay. So this is just a quick.
This is him showing.
So this is him himself, or no? Okay.
No.
This is you going through
yeah,
the book.
me showing.
It was like,
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
had me confused for a
like
second
the
there.
different seasons of the year, like
Right.
Halloween, Christmas, Valentine's.
These are a lot of pictures of his classroom where he had.
And this is in Amherst.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Or it could have been Vermilion, I guess.
Good, thank you, Albert.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What'd you get for Swedish?
Gifts for you
The
guys.
Joneses?
Oh,
Yep.
thanks. Aquariums. These are the aquariums that were set up in his classroom. They are divided by season because there's St. Patrick's Day.
He's got color coded.
These are excellent pictures of his classroom. Of course, everybody's always interested in whether this curtain was possibly a part of anything in the classroom.
Covering up a potential coat room or something along those lines.
It would be awesome if the curtain popped up.
Right?
Well, we'd know it if we saw it.
Technically, this should be in the proper hands right now, and they should have seen this already.
Right. Still just classrooms stuff.
3 a.m., the comedy horror podcast that holds weekly gatherings around the campfire. Let me tell you what you're going to get. You're going to hear stories about demonic possessions, prison stabbings, skinwalkers, glitches in the Matrix, cult leaders, missing 411, night marchers, Operation Paperclip, Mesopotamian devil worship, and so many monsters it'll give Kanye West a runaway for his money. Pop and meme culture also aren't off topic. A camp where laughs and scares are constantly competing for first place. We're just a group of friends, trying to bust each other's balls, find the best stories, and expand the circle in the process. 3 a.m., the comedy horror podcast not for the faint or fragile of heart. Let's go.
Halloween.
Yep.
So do you think this was made for himself?
I think, personally, it's like a time capsule slash confession. He's just trying to save
This is
memory.
Halloween and Thanksgiving. Do you know what year these pictures were taken?
No, I did see a date in there, though. Something it said, I think
Christmas.
2007 or something. But
Oh, so maybe this was towards the end of his career.
When did he leave?
It was right around then, like
Oh, okay.
2000. I think 2005 might have been the last year that he taught, or something like that.
But the picture,
Uh-oh. Cat was in the...
Hi, kitty.
the pictures in the back, I think, are older pictures.
Oh, okay. So this is still what was that? We'll go back.
Well, that's definitely older.
Yep, this is older. That's
definitely 80s.
You Scared Me. It's Dean Runkle in short shorts, running shorts, and a white T-shirt.
He's holding up some sort of...
Okay, thank you.
There's his car.
Okay, look at that car.
That's a Grand Prix or Grand Am that he was driving at the time in '89. That's a very good picture. There's a young boy in some of these pictures. Dean Runkle, I didn't do it.
Is that the boy to the left I was
Yeah.
telling you about?
Hugs and kisses from Colorado. I get no respect. Ragtime, Diet Dr. Pepper, Diet Dr. Coke, Herbarium. These are things that he liked. Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. That's a page devoted to the zoo. And then there's the picture. What does that caption say?
I'm the person that you're looking for? Or
I'm the person you've been looking for.
Yeah.
Is that coming out of Dean Runkle?
Yes.
Memories of the... What does that say?
One of many memories at the rainforest and the Cleveland Metro Park.
So it ends with a picture of Dean Runkle with a speaking caption over his head that says, I'm the person you've been looking for.
The more you look at it, more and more, you're just kind of like, this is kind of weird. And if you look at the whole...
Is there another, you said another video where it's...
Yeah, it slows down. Like the...
Is this on Air of Wisconsin?
The one picture...
Is that on Air of West Dallas?
West Dallas? What's that?
It's Wisconsin thing.
Oh, yeah. That's
What are
right.
these?
Yeah.
What are these?
That's veggies. Those are veggies.
Veggies?
Yeah, they're all veggies.
Yeah,
Onions,
help yourself to the...
I think it might be a cheese stick.
Like,
I think that if we're a cheese stick in there.
if you were to just read the
I think it matters.
and just
They
look
said
at
it's a
the
veggie
captions.
tray. Cheese, I guess, is a veggie. I believe it's a dairy product.
Here he
but-
is with his car. He says, "Bon voyage." Like I'm off.
Right.
And then the next caption is...
Because he disappeared from 87 to 89. So maybe that's when... and that's the car fits in with that time frame.
So he says, Bon Voyage, and then the next caption is, oh no, busted. So if you just read the captions, so Bon Voyage, oh no, busted. Some little kid. Then the next one is, oh, I'm so bored. And then the next one is, I didn't do it.
And those Mansado fibers that I mentioned, or that Chief Spetzel's mentioned before, those were prevalent in those cars?
It was traced to a Buick, and those are, it's a Pontiac Grand Prix.
And like that girl in the
was
back
traced to a
right there
Mm-hmm.
really resembles...
That's a freaking ironic thing there.
Amy right there. And then...
Wait, what's this?
That girl in the background, like when you zoom in, she really resembles Amy.
Can you go backwards and zoom in and let them
Do you
see
think it could be Amy?
No.
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to come back? I could take your food order for you if you like.
I think we're just gonna eat.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll just catch them real quick. That's okay.
Sure, I have
Thanks.
All right.
But no, she resembles her. Like if you look at her, like she just looks like her, a blonde. Now this picture here, he put a caption on there. I don't know how to go backwards. I'm sorry. He put a caption. Let me see if I can go back.
What is that?
I think that was the snake. I'm sorry. But he put a caption on there that says "tee hee hee."
Yeah, I saw that one when you were going through it the first time.
Well, in the background, if you look at it in his classroom, there's a thing on the back, and it says "Justice for All," and he made it touch right where it says "Justice for All," and it says "tee hee hee."
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if I'm just looking into it too much, but
There was a picture at some point that I swore there was something that could have resembled a green curtain hanging in the background.
But so
is this the video where you go super slow?
Yeah, you just saw that in what we just watched.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think it's after these.
So if you just list like, oh no, I'm bored, I didn't do it, and then he says, that's mine, and then the next one, and that's him. And that's a picture of him up
These
there.
captions don't match what's going on in the pictures at all.
Yeah, like the kid sitting there saying, I didn't do it. What does that mean? You're standing in front of a fish tank. And then it says, oh, I'm so good.
Yeah, where was this taken? Any idea?
California.
Piano bar.
That's
that
when
was at
he's...
Walt Disney, wasn't it? He was playing piano.
Yeah, that's it.
Was it Disneyland or Disney?
Yeah,
Disneyland.
and that girl right there looks just like Amy.
Yeah. Is this him dressed up as ragtime piano?
No.
That's not him.
And then it says tee hee hee.
Wow, so these are pictures. He's mixing pictures in there from 87, 89, and then in the middle of these pictures
and then
from
right there is
2007.
where it says "Justice for All" right there, and then tee hee hee. And then there was something else that I zoomed in. I can't remember what it said, but like if this was on
journal or something,
if this was on computer.
Oh, great news!
But then there's something else in there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's what I'm like, but. So it says, I didn't do it, I'm so bored, hee hee hee, and then the next page it says, I get no respect, and then the next page it says, so here it says, I'm 50 years old, I get no respect, and then the next one is, I'm the person you're looking for.
Right.
So, I mean, it's kind of like the more you look
Lutheran
at it.
Medical Center? What does that have to do with anything?
It could be a code. That's what I'm like.
What's this right here?
A recipe for oatmeal cookies. I mean, that...
Lutheran Medical Center.
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of weird. And then the very next one is, I'm the person you've been looking for.
Who was that Lutheran Medical Center?
Nothing. It's just more. I personally.
Have you been there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Here. I'll
I mean,
push back.
not to get too personal or anything, but yeah, I've got a doctor there.
Oh, okay.
It's on West 25th. So it's like
I don't know. There's just It's really weird. The more you look at it.
How do I go? Can you show me how to go back? Because I want to see that one.
But it's like
picture
right
that
at the
has
edge of Ohio City.
Yeah, you can even see.
You know where Ohio City starts?
You can just push
downtown.
back right here.
Like it's basically right by the river.
Stills.
I just did a clean-out job with my girlfriend there a few months ago.
Okay.
Yeah, who's this little kid?
I have no idea. He had a lot of pictures like of all the kids in the class. It was really weird.
I was just thinking of the irony.
He was saving all kinds of pictures of the kids. This guy was really.
So these are just stills of. Wait, what's this?
You got still pictures?
18th anniversary scholarship and awards program, Amherst Steel High School.
You know what's so weird too is that my sister was a teacher at Amherst.
Okay, so this is that weird page where it says Ragtime Piano, Diet Coke, Lutheran Medical Center, Happy Seals.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say about Lutheran Medical Center, and this is, without getting too personal, but Lutheran is where you usually go for mental health. Don't get me wrong, you can go there for getting a hip replaced too. It's just
right.
I'm just saying that my experience with it and where I've been sent.
Sure, a little bit.
That sounds wrong. But where my doctors have been.
I'm trying to see what
that
that
we should
is.
tip her well since we're taking up a table of hers.
Where's that?
Oh, okie
I don't even see what do we got here.
That was really smart of you to take pictures of all these things.
But do you see how you have to pay attention to detail for everything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
You have to look at everything.
God damn it. I backed myself out of there, and I even know Nikon too. I just can't think of where I'm supposed to be. Okay. Because you can zoom in by
zoom in is.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Did you find the curtain? Did you find the picture?
Right there.
Did you find the...
Well, it looks kind of like it.
You found it?
I found the picture I was looking for. I can't quite tell what it is, though.
Could he put those on?
Thank you very much.
If he put those
Now
on,
it looks. I mean, technically, it looks like if I was gonna, because it's decorated for Christmas, it looks like a. It's weird because of the fact that, if you look, there's actually a curtain behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So, if we scroll up, you see it. Look at that doorway.
Right.
And look at the bar that hangs there.
Oh, right.
So
right,
not so much what that green curtain is, but
the dimensions of that.
That dimension could possibly be is where I see something, because I don't see the green. That's not the green curtain, and I think that's a Christmas decoration.
But there is a curtain there.
But there's a curtain there that is used as a door, not as a. And that would have rings on the end of it. That's where that would make a big.
Wow.
That's where I
Good
see.
catch.
That's what I see. That's what I see. So that's my 2 cents on that.
Okay, so this is interesting. This is the poem that's in there.
That's what I wanted to see.
It says, so remember right now, somebody is very proud of you, somebody is thinking of you, somebody cares about you, somebody misses you, somebody wants to talk to you, somebody wants to be with you, somebody hopes you are okay, somebody is thankful for your friendship, somebody hopes everything turns out okay, somebody wants you to be happy, somebody wants to hug you, somebody wants to give you a gift, somebody thinks you are a gift, somebody admires your strength, somebody wants to protect you, somebody can't wait to see you, somebody loves you for who you are, somebody treasures your spirit, somebody is glad. Oh shoot, I lost it.
Well, not to interrupt the poem there, but going back to this, I'm going back to the curtain thought here, and that is that. Notice that it's not the green curtain.
Right. The green
so when was that
gone.
picture taken?
Right.
So if the green curtain's already been used,
it says 2000 on the poem. I was thinking it said 2000.
Yeah.
Now they didn't start putting metadata into pictures until they started doing digital photography. Unfortunately, now as far as if we had the negatives, we could probably be able to trace it back. But a picture, we'd have to use actual what you see in the picture is like evidence to date. Okay, so just so you know, like I'm like James and I don't agree that it's Runkle, but I've never closed a door on it either. And just like James has never closed the door on it being another suspect either.
Right.
But this looks pretty bad for Runkle.
It looks really bad.
And that picture alone of the doorway, as much as that seems like a freaking innocent photo,
And it's like the end.
well, you
Like,
think,
right at
well,
the end,
but yeah, you have to know what you're looking for.
Right.
And honestly, when they searched the storage unit, think about it, James. Think about it. It was pre-curtain.
Right.
We had the curtain.
Right.
We had the curtain.
But they didn't think it had anything to do with anything.
But it sat in a box.
Right.
If they would have had it on TV
So-
or something, I would have known to look for it more. But
well, like that's the
supposedly
thing.
they
It's
went
like
through the whole unit with cameras.
Yeah, I
like,
hope we
she,
I would
like
hope
she,
that we didn't
But
show
even
her
if
now,
what he's saying
not
is,
knowing
even if they
because we don't know anything.
even if they had found the photos, they wouldn't know why that photo is so important.
that's my point. Is that like the significance of the photo? It becomes more significant knowing that it was used to cover up something, opposed to like, and the fact that it's not there. You know, if we had a picture of the green curtain in 1987, well, that's okay.
She
Like,
said,
boom, that's
the lady
easy
at the
evidence.
storage
But like,
said they set cameras up all the way around it. Like she said, they had a whole crew and cameras set up all the way around the unit. So it's gotta,
Well,
it's gotta
sure
be
they-
on camera. It's gotta be.
I'm sure they partly did that for chain of evidence, so that they would be able, if it ever went to court, they'd be able to say, "Look, we didn't. You can clearly see we didn't plan anything. We didn't take anything."
Right.
they always do that stuff just
And it's all
to
in
cover their ass.
What other reason would somebody have to finish that photo album and on the last photo put I'm the one you've been looking for? Is there? You said that you think that there's a slim possibility it's like a pickup line.
Look, I'm playing devil's advocate. But again, the fact is, who the hell is looking at the album? It's not like this was Match.com and like you could put that like out there for the social media people to see, like ha ha ha.
It's like a time capsule.
Yeah,
Right.
it's like right.
That was left
But like,
for-
who the fuck is gonna like actually like?
He put that in there before he went to Key West, thinking he was probably never going to come back.
Right.
And eventually somebody would find that photo album, and there's a picture of the car, there's a picture of the curtain, or a place that the curtain could have gone, and then it ends with that picture that says, "I'm the one you've been looking for."
So,
I mean, is that a confession? I get a long drive ahead of me. I got to get
Yeah.
back to Akron.
I gotta get back to Rocky River. So I feel like if it's him at this point, I feel like he's ready. Like I feel like it's,
Ready to talk?
Yeah, like I do. I feel like it's
for someone to do something like that, they want to get caught.
that's
Right? They
again.
want to
That's,
get caught.
again, you don't want to go. Not everybody wants to get. I feel like if it's him at this point, I feel like he's ready. Like I feel like it's,
Ready to talk?
Yeah, like I do. I feel like it's
for someone to do something like that, they want to get caught.
that's
Right? They
again.
want to
That's
get caught.
again. You don't want to go. Not everybody wants to get caught.
I get a long drive ahead of me. I got to get
Yeah.
back to Akron.
I gotta get back to Rocky River. So
I've always liked to play devil's advocate with James Renner about his top suspect, but I will admit that what we just saw does make me a bit of a believer in James's theory. How many coincidences are too many? The circumstantial evidence isn't far-fetched, and there may even be an outside chance that the theory of Amy's killing being a one-off may not be accurate. Because if this person killed Amy, then there is a possibility that he may also have been responsible for another unsolved murder in 1973, that of 11-year-old Linda O'Keefe in Newport, California, during the time that he was working at Disneyland. On next week's episode, we will take a closer look at who this suspect is and all the reasons it may be him. We will also take a look at Linda O'Keefe and how her case may be connected with Amy's. In future episodes, we will talk about the DNA technology that is currently being used to find suspects in cold cases and how it is being used in old cases, such as Amy's. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Who Killed Amy Mihaljevic. Next week on Who Killed Amy Mihaljevic.
Originally, it was a student who said, I think you should look at my teacher, Dean Runkle, from Amherst. And so I started looking into Dean Runkle. And
did he have any reason to, like...
He just always had a feeling that that he was involved. That back in '89, when they released the composite sketch of Amy's abductor, this student saw the sketch and he said, "Oh, wow, that's my teacher. That's Runkle." And he told his parents, and you know, said, "So look into this guy." But a lot of people look like the sketch, you know. But what is it about him that made him so interesting to the FBI? Well, it goes back to those women that were called from, well, they were girls at the time, in North Olmsted, that were called by Amy's killer. And one of the ways in which they were all connected was the Lake Erie Nature and Science Center in Bay Village. And the FBI agent that I spoke to believed that Dean Runkle had volunteered time at the Nature Center and would have been there to see the girls' names and phone numbers on that logbook, and to, like, kind of, you know, scope these girls out so that he could call them later and try this routine. And he actually called a woman that Runkle worked for in '87, and she said, yeah, he was raising mice in the back of this convenience store in New London, and he would take the mice, when there got to be too many, he'd take them up to the Nature Center in Bay Village, and they would feed them to the snakes. You know, how's that as an image of a creepy dude?
Yeah, snake guy.
So I looked into his background, and it's very odd. First thing I found was that he grew up about a mile from where Amy's body was found in the middle of nowhere down in Ashland County.
And it is in the middle of nowhere.
It is. And if you're from there, you know that County Road 1181, where they found her body, is kind of the perfect place to dump a body, because you can do it in the middle of the night. There's no houses around to see you. And if any car comes along, you're going to see their lights in the distance, and you have a good 3 minutes to get out of there and never be seen. So it's just, it's a perfect place. So you would almost have to be from that area to know that.
If you enjoy this independently produced podcast, please help support independent journalism by clicking on the donate button on the bottom left of whokilledamymihaljevic.com. You can also make a donation through the Venmo app with my username at Bill-Huffman-3. Thank you to the listeners that help keep this podcast going. Any amount is appreciated. You can also help support the show by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts, and that will help get the coverage that Amy's case deserves. You can contact the Bay Village Police Department at 440-871-1234 if you have any new information regarding Amy's case. The FBI is also offering a reward up to $25,000 for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the individual or individuals responsible for the death of Amy Mihaljevic. So again, anyone with information concerning this case, please contact the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. Thank you again for listening to this week's episode of Who Killed Amy Mihaljevic. Stay tuned next week for episode 13, and be safe.
Are you tired of seeing your teen or young adult struggle on a path that clearly isn't the right fit? Is your teenager confused about which direction to take after high school? The future of work is changing rapidly, and our kids need to know all of the options available after high school so they're empowered to make the choice that is best for them. In each episode, we explore the latest trends that are shaping the opportunities of today and tomorrow. I'm your host, Betsy Jewell, and this is the High School Hamster Wheel Podcast.
Hear Her Sports is a podcast for everyone who loves stories by and about women striving to improve and make a difference in their lives. I am your host, Elizabeth Emery, a former professional cyclist. In every episode, I introduce a female athlete or woman in the business of sport through a thoughtful conversation about who they are and the terrific work they're doing. My guests and I explore the glorious and frustrating issues in sports, history, equity, training, nutrition, and so much more. Join us for inspiration, for community, and for love of being a strong, athletic woman.